On this day, a man who appeared to be an ordinary janitor but was secretly a serial killer arrived at his target's home. He calmly sat with the cat, waiting for the woman to finish her shower. After completing his task, he took the bus home for dinner. His harsh mother had placed his meal in the freezer as punishment for his lateness, yet he ate it without expression. He'd long grown accustomed to her behavior. Meanwhile, police arrived at the crime scene and discovered an apple stuffed in the victim's mouth. They immediately recognized it as the work of the sculptor. An officer reported finding another body in a car outside. The police realized this was the first victim. The killer had driven to this location to claim a second life. Examining wounds in the vehicle, they determined the killer had initially used a gun. That evening, the man watched television, listening to reports of his handiwork. The next day, he took the bus to work, conveniently allowing him to scout for his next victim. After changing into his uniform, he opened the door to find police analyzing the case. They never suspected that the killer they sought stood right before them. The man casually walked out of the conference room. The following day at work, he noticed a crowd gathering in the conference room. He quickly slipped into the utility closet and eavesdropped through the ventilation system. Another victim had been found with a green apple placed nearby. Police believed the sculptor had struck again, but the man knew someone was copying his method. After the meeting ended, he entered the room. Like other killers, he wouldn't allow anyone to impersonate him. He was determined to find and eliminate this copycat. After work, the man visited the crime scene but found it surrounded by police with constant patrols. Reluctantly, he abandoned his plan. On his way home, he found an injured cat and took it to a pet hospital. He then visited a pet store to ask about suitable cat food, but the employee couldn't offer advice. As he hesitated, a woman behind him stepped in with recommendations and handed him the brand she used. After paying, the man opened his briefcase to store the cat food, revealing his killer's tools inside. He slipped his gun into his pocket. The woman had just become his next target. Coincidentally, they boarded the same bus. After chatting, she asked him to walk her home. As he draped his jacket over her shoulders, he concealed his weapon at his waist, claiming it was a precaution. As they walked down a narrow path, the woman suddenly took his arm. In a swift move, she grabbed his gun and pointed it at him, demanding his briefcase. Seeing its contents confirmed the man's identity. She instructed him to lock himself in the car while she examined the items in the case. Remarking how well equipped he was, she approached him afterward, and her next actions made the man realize he had encountered a fellow killer.